Chapter 17 was honestly a real head turner. It made me think about a lot of things in the journalism world. Now, I will say the short summary of it was just essentially about a case of where there was a military, a man of the army. He was a sergeant actually, and he was drunk driving. And he rear ended at 60 miles per hour a young lady named Valerie Talamantes, who was who was at a red light at the time. And she flew into the intersection of oncoming traffic and died when she, excuse me, when she came to the hospital. So that's the case that's they're referring to. Now, the during the court hearing, uh, all the journalists and the reporters got word that there was going to be a video evidence from the traffic lights of what happened, and they explained how you can't film inside of a courtroom, but you can film outside the courtroom. You can film by the window or through the crack of the door, as long as you're not disturbing the court. So they got a video of the video, but Herrera, the journalist, felt very uncomfortable by it. So the father of Talamantes came up to them and had a civil conversation. It was very respectful about how him and his family will feel uncomfortable if they release that video. It's gruesome, but it's not gory. But in order to, but as reporters, it's kind of you got to report everything mindset. So they simply said it's not up to us, it's up to the directors, and he understood that, and he was very respectful that they're just doing their job. Now, when Herrera presented it to his directors, they simply said just tell the family not to watch the news. They can choose not to watch, which is reasonable, but Herrera still felt some type of way. And after giving them the video, they proceeded to use that video again and again and again until the story was over with. And also because their competitors were releasing the video with no problem as well. So it's become a bit of a problem for him. So the next time they go to the court hearing, go back to the courthouse, he meets the family, and the family seems to have no problem with what happened. There's no animosity. People actually weren't that interested in the story, but all the competitors were, and they were all trying to constantly get more information, get more videos and picture evidence and all of that. But come to find out, at the end of everything, there was justice. Sergeant Baez was reported guilty and was charged with a DUI and involuntary manslaughter and had to pay $10,000 to the family. Now, there was a lot of different questions and just things that I had to think about, because even though there's no right or wrong in this, I've always had kind of like an anti journalism reporting thing. So I was immediately on the family side. But I thought about it more, and he was right. They don't have to watch the news if they don't want to. But it was also just begs the question of, do you really need to tell and show every single thing? And I understand it's different from simply writing a newspaper article um, versus being a TV reporter. When you're on TV, you have to show what's going on in the world, but in the newspaper or like a magazine article, you can just write it vaguely. but just enough detail that people understand what's going on. So I think it was fair for that they judged it based on like goriness. Like if it was too gory, you can't show it on TV, and they could be respectful and just not do that. But if it's gruesome, then it was kind of sort of okay. I thought that that was very an interesting way to go about that. But at the end of the day, they got justice, which I'm proud of. So that's my feeling about it. I'm on the fence about this one. I'm on the fence. I agree with the family, and I agree with the newspaper. So I'm on the fence.